My name is Jennifer Bell. I work for the RSPCA Queensland. The RSPCA Queensland is one of the largest animal welfare organisations in the Southern Hemisphere. We employ approximately 300 staff, from animal welfare to retail to administration. The RSPCA has aligned its strategic objectives with a better return to work outcome by working closely with the senior leadership team, working closely with the executive leadership team to ensure that rehabilitation is built into both our health and safety policy and procedure, as well as our other safety management system procedures. This way it's ingrained in everything that we do and it's a part of the daily operations of the society. The key elements of our strategy in getting our injured workers back to work as soon as possible are consultation, being available to the injured worker as and when they're needed, ensuring that we are informed of the injury as soon as it happens so that we can begin that supportive process as quickly as possible. Consultation with our workers is important at all steps of the rehabilitation process, because without their knowledge and willingness to be a part of the program that we've put in place with them, we found that the program won't be successful. The more buy-in that they have, the more likely they are to participate and the more willing that they are to participate in returning to work. The RSPCA works very closely with the managers, specifically the line managers of injured workers, to ensure that the worker receives support from a management level. Line managers we found are particularly important because they're the people that work closest with our injured workers. So by providing them with the support that they needed to in turn support their people, we created a very supportive rehabilitation culture. We also have a really good employee assistance program. We found that with a lot of workers who have more difficult injuries to overcome, they require some return to work counselling or adjustment to injury counselling. So we do recommend that they work through that. Our OT comes out on site and works with our workers on their suitable duties plans. She devises different ways for them to complete tasks that are perhaps giving them trouble. And she also puts in place systems that will help them not only now, but also to prevent injury in the future. We worked closely with our executive and senior leadership team to ensure that we were driving the type of safety culture that would allow rehabilitation at work. We're now moving towards that culture which is preventative, so preventing our injuries, but also ensuring that when injuries do happen, we have a plan in place so that we can ensure that we all know what's happening, we all know how to support our workers so that we can get them back to work as quickly as possible. The financial benefits of us having our injured people return to work as quickly as possible are shown in our work cover premiums, which are dropping, and we've also had a significant reduction in the number of lost time injuries that we've had. The advice that we would have for other employers looking to achieve return to work success or improvement is have a plan. Although injury management is inherently reactive, it doesn't mean that you can't know what you're going to do when you do react to injuries happening. So work with your teams, work with your leadership teams, make sure that when injuries do happen, you have the processes in place to support your people. Through consultation, you will discover what your people need, and ensuring that you have that early reporting culture will ensure that you can get onto your injuries as soon as they happen. And it doesn't always mean that you have to have a lot of money to spend. A lot of the times it's just about having that conversation with your people. RSPCA Queensland works really closely with all of our stakeholders. So we work closely with our work cover case managers, keeping them up to date. We also work closely with our managers, so balancing their expectations. And of course we balance the expectations of the worker so that at the end of the day we're trying to find the middle ground between these three parties to ensure that we can have a successful return to work. Working with your people will ensure that you can explain to them not only what they can expect from yourself as the employer, but also what you will expect from them so that you can have a successful return to work program.